Let's go back in time, when you were young. What were your dreams?
Well, when I was in grade school, I didn't have any dreams. The only goal my father had for me was to keep me alive, not dead till I reached the age of reason. He didn't know if that was 20, 30, 40, or ever. And I didn't really establish goals other than staying alive, because I got in a lot of trouble. When I was in the grammar school, I tried to kill my teacher, amongst other things. I got expelled, not from the school, but from the district. They wouldn't allow me to go to school in the district. And I've been arrested and in jail 5-6 times. But then I went into the military, and that straightened me out and made a man of me.
But your father was a policeman.
My dad was a high-profile policeman, hard, tough guy.
What did you learn from him?
Well, I learned that discipline, focus, honesty.
The basic rules.
Yep.
So there were no dreams when you were young. So what did you do after school?
Got in trouble.
Like we all do?
Yeah, got in trouble.
How did you get out?
Did awful things. Got in fights, beat up people, hurt people. I was very good at that.
Yeah.
I was, in that sense, I was a high performer. I could really kick the shit out of people pretty well.
You were a fighter.
Yeah, correct.
So how did you end up in Wall Street?
By the grace of God, I lived, went off to the military, entered a private, came out 4 years later, an officer, and I was getting a big award in the military. And there was a 2-star general that was pinning something on my chest, and he said, you know, if you were in the real world, Danny, that's what they used to call me, I was a lieutenant, you could probably get rich. And a light bulb went off over my head. I'd never thought of that before. I didn't know how much $1 million was, except for about that same time frame, one of the other young officers inherited $1.4 million, and he was buying all the officers' drinks in the officers' club. And I said, well, why is John buying us all drinks? He says, he just inherited $1 million. And I said, write it down for me. I'm 22 years old. And he put it with the zeros. I go, I didn't know how many zeros $1 million had. And then the general said that if you went out in the real world, Dan, you could probably make a lot of money. I then, within a week, I took action. I reversed my paperwork. I just put in paperwork to be a permanent military forever. And I reversed it to get out. I got out 5-6 months later. I came back, went back to school where I had to get special permission because I had flunked out 3 times out of university. And then I graduated ultimately with honors. And I wanted to go where the action was. And the action in those days, and this was in 1972, was on Wall Street. So I went to work for a Wall Street firm, and I was really good at it. 1, I was a good salesman. 2, I had learned to be articulate, and I had already self-confidence and self-esteem. And so those are a great combination for an investment banker in the early 70s.
What is self-esteem?
Self-esteem is what most of your parents didn't give you. It's a form of self-confidence. It's a form of self-awareness. But the most important thing in my judgment that we are put on the earth is to procreate. So Homo sapien continues, right? Well, it's the least informed thing that our parents know anything about. And when I get parents and they say, I didn't know any better. You don't know what you don't know. I did what my parents did to me. Did is the operative word. I did what my parents did to me. Now, what kind of teaching structure is that? Most parents aren't capable of creating high-performance kids unless you're Andrew Agassi and Steffi Graf. I mean, those kids are going to be high-performance in one way or another because they're both world champions. But ask yourself about your parents. I already know the answer. And so self-esteem is the bedrock of high performance. It's the bedrock of everything. And it's the least thing that is taught in schools.
So what can you do to build self-confidence and self-esteem?
You are who you hang around with. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. The first self-esteem is built the first 7 or 8 years of life. Who are you around the first 7 or 8 years of life? Mom, maybe dad, older brother, uncle, a grandmother, right? What the hell do they know about building self-esteem? They don't know anything. And now, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Who do you go hang with? Who do you chill with? And he and I, we disagree about a few things, but Bill Gates doesn't hang. Steve Jobs, who I knew, didn't chill. Warren Buffett doesn't hang. Elon Musk doesn't hang. And I go down the list of people that don't hang. Yet, so the people that you're now associating with, would you want your children to be like your two best buddies or two best gal friends, whatever you call it? Would you? Probably not. Would you even want your children to be like you? Probably not. So why is there so little being done about it? Why is there so little being done about it?